everything you need to know in 2021 to have a successful marketing strategy. Coming up. Hello, everyone. How you doing today, Labeaud?
Doing great.
Doing amazing.
Having a little
Yeah.
bit of feedback, little bit. Yeah, I
Oh,
can hear
really?
my like echo. Just a
Mm,
little bit. I don't know what that is, but okay, now it's better now. All right, are
yeah.
you ready?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm ready.
we're gonna. Okay, so all right, guys, we are going to be starting a social media strategy series. We're going to talk about things topically on how you can strategize depending on what type of industry you're in versus what type of platform you're using. And then we're also going to help you strategize with tools. So we're going to have every Wednesday be about something very niche, very specific in terms of strategy so that we can make sure that the right people are um, on the right live stream. Now, today we're going to be talking about social media strategy, but we're going to talk to you about the questions you need to ask yourself in order to strategize your own social media. So, social media is typically a bit pricey. It can range about 400 and up per month. And if you're not ready to start with a social media strategist yet, there are some things you can do to get yourself ready. I'm going to give you some questions that a social media manager would ask you. And so these are things that you want to be prepared for. I lost you, Muhammad. Oh, okay. You just you switched around there. Uh, but these are things that will help you to have a clear social media strategy, or at least take the chaos down and make it kind of more succinct and more strategic and make more sense, right? So you can be more impactful. Um, so I'm going to give you 9 social media strategy questions you need to ask yourself to create your social media strategy. Now, before we begin, and I want Mohammed's input on this. Before we begin, I am going to let you know a little secret. There are different types of social media managers. There are graphic designers, right? There are content managers.
Data
There
analyst.
there are data analysts, and also there are growth hackers or engagement specialists. So the graphic design artist is going to be mostly a graphic design person. They might be able to strategize a little bit, but what they're really good at is video editing. They create beautiful posts. That's what they're good at. Then you have the content managers who are really good at copy. They can write a beautiful blog, beautiful captions, but they're not, the best at graphic design or video editing. And then you have the data analyst who can analyze all the data and make sure that you're up on the trends and you're looking at things like that. And then there's the engagement specialists who are all about systematic, purposeful engagement and driving up numbers. So when you ask for a social media manager, I want you to make sure that you are trying to um, make sure that you know what is most important to you right now. Do you feel like you already have a great social media content but your engagement is low? Well, maybe you need to go to an engagement specialist. Do you feel like you would post a lot but you don't know what to post and you need a content manager, and so on and so on? Mohammed, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm actually grateful that you talked about that because
Mhm.
it's an important point to consider when you're trying to do your social media, because not all the managers are made equal. And just
Yeah.
like, it's, to be honest, posting is not complicated. Everybody can post. So just like she was saying, all of these guys have all of these skills they can post, but it's important to have someone that can help you with strategy. And that starts with knowing these flows, knowing because from what you're saying, I'm getting you need to do a little bit of audit of your marketing as a whole to
Mm-hmm.
find out where you're lacking or what you really, really need help with. And then from
Mm-hmm.
there, you go straight to that person.
I was just on a call before this with 5 of our social media specialists, and they're all good at different things. A couple of them are all strategy. Um, 3 of them were all content, right? One of them was all copy. So you have to make sure that you are knowledgeable about, if you're going to hire a social media manager, on what their strengths are. And then they'll have some questions for you as well. So I'm going to give you, again, 9 questions to ask yourself to set up your social media strategy DIY. So here are some, I'm going to give you some questions you need to ask. I'm going to tell you why and give you some tips in between. And if you know somebody who doesn't like social media and they're pushing themselves to do social media, share this, tag them so that they can get in on this conversation, or share it into your business groups. All right. Are you ready? You ready? All right, let's go. All right, number one, aesthetic. Aesthetic. What would you like your Facebook and Instagram to look like? So you may be thinking, well, I'm not the creative type of person. I don't know what my social media, I don't know what I want my social media to look like, right? So I'm going to give you 2 tips. Number one, look at your industry, whatever your industry is, and find the super, super successful social media of that company, right? So let's say take the top 3 best dog walking companies, if you're a dog walker, and look at their Instagrams and their Facebook. Screenshot them, look at them, analyze them, and ask yourself, is this what I want my social media to look like? Or maybe there's somebody in an unrelated industry, but you just like the mood. The second thing is to go to Pinterest. If you go to Pinterest and you type in Instagram aesthetic, you're going to see so many different mood boards for Instagram. And there are tools now that you can literally create a grid post, and it'll show you what your Instagram will look like if you put certain colors together. And then that way you can kind of like get clarity on what you want your Instagram to look like. Because there's certain Instagrams you can go to and you just know this is premium, right? Because of the way it looks. And so sometimes the social media, it looks like it's everywhere. So you just don't follow celebrities. Don't try to be post like the celebrities. That's a completely different category, right? You want to make sure that you know what you want your Instagram, what you want to know what you want it to look like. Whose do you like? That's what you have to ask yourself. Muhammad?
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, I also have a little, not different, but a little side opinion on that too. But I
Mm-hmm.
definitely agree with the feel and especially how you want your pages to look like and
Mm-hmm.
how do you want people to feel when they come on your page. I think
Yes.
that's why Pinterest is really, really powerful because on Pinterest you see
The
and it
mood.
makes you feel something exactly the mood. It makes you feel something and then you can copy on that.
So that's my second one, Muhammad. What do you want your audience to feel? What do you want them to feel? What do you want them to think? And so, like I was saying, you can look at some brands and see that it's premium. Is premium the first thing you want them to think when they see your Instagram? Cool, hot, fun, funny, What is the first thing you want to come to mind when someone looks at your Instagram? So ask yourself that question. Here's the third question. Who's your target demographic? So you probably already know who your target demographic is because you tailored your whole business to them, right? Now, now we're going to take it to another level. You ready, Mohammed?
Let's go.
Okay. When it comes to social media, you don't want to waste any effort marketing to the wrong person. Eventually, you're going to realize who you really want to be your customer. I'm talking about who you like working with, who you love dealing with, who makes you happy as as the company that you are and who you are as supplying the services. Ask yourself this question. If you were to raise your prices, let's say double your prices. If you were to raise your prices, Mohammed, who would still buy from you? That is the person you should be marketing to on Instagram. Okay? Let me tell you how I got to that. Mohammed, if you could think off of the top of your mind how many friends you have, how many friends would you say you have? How many
What do you
people are
mean
you
by
cool with? How many people are you cool with?
uh on top of my mind?
Let's say
I,
20,
yeah,
10.
I would say a good more than 20 people, or something
All
like
right,
that.
a little bit more than 20 people, right? Okay.
Hmm.
Let me ask you this. If something were to happen to you and you needed some money, how many of those people would give you the money?
Right off the bat, I would say probably five.
All right. Now, if something were to happen to you where you ended up in the hospital, who would come to visit you? How many of them?
I believe they will all count.
You believe they're all come? All right.
Yeah.
You want the final question?
Uh-huh.
If you were to go to jail, who would come to jail to visit you?
Uh, I would say around 5 to 10 of them will probably come.
They will come. They will come
Yeah.
visit you in prison. Well, then you
Yeah.
become good friends on how it. So I asked that question because when it comes to social media, we're marketing to a lot of people, and a lot of entrepreneurs get it in their mind that they want to market to everybody. Well, my services are for everybody. Everybody, anybody can use my product. But see, not everybody wants that product, and not everybody wants that product from you. So the reason why I asked Mohammed the questions I asked is because when you raise the stakes, you know who is your true loyal customer. If I were to double my prices, I know who would stick with me and who would not. The people who would stick with you and who the people who would stick with you are the people you really truly want to market to. And that will segment them and separate them from the rest. Speak directly to that person on your social media. Do you get what I mean? Speak to them
Yeah.
and only to them. Make that voice very, very clear and easy to understand. Make it very easy to understand what you could do to help. I'm getting a little bit of
Mhm.
feedback now. But do you get what I mean? Okay. So think about that
Yeah.
target demographic.
Can I had a little thought on
Yes.
that? Because even when you said friends, I was about to ask, what do you mean by friends? You mean real friends or you mean friends? Because that's
Mhm.
kind of what you're saying. I went with the angle of the real friends. But on social media, it's a little bit of a different story, which is exactly
Mhm.
what you said. everybody, even when I started my content, especially because it was around mindset, I felt like there was no way people cannot get excited about this information. I was trying to save everybody, right?
Yeah.
But it's impossible because not everybody wants to be saved. And that's exactly what you're saying. Not everybody will want your product and not everybody needs it right now. So
Mm.
it's important to really, really niche down and start with these people that need that right now. And I actually thought that you were going with the angle of who would want to buy my product when you were asking the questions, because if you would have asked that, I would have probably said two or maybe just one.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I still feel like we friends, but for sure it would have probably been one or two to buy my product.
I hope I was in that number, Muhammad.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm getting some a lot of feedback, but I want to say Mason Minor, thank you for your comment because he was commenting on Facebook. Thank you, Mason. Um, but yeah, I will come visit you in the hospital. It depends on what you did to get in the jail, but I visit you in the hospital. Okay, so let's get to the next question. Promotions. What promotions do you have going on this year? Is there something going on that you want to promote, like a book, right? Do you have a book coming out? Do you have something special that's launching? You want to make sure that you time that out and plan it out and start teasing it in your social media. So let's say you have an event coming up 6 months from now. Well, start teasing it and start promoting it now. People need to see things. I tell people this all the time, 16 times, 16 different ways before they even know what it's about. That's the average, how many times you have to see a commercial before you know what the commercial is actually about. So, um, make sure that you are including your promotions in your social media and not just making inspirational quotes and stuff like that. Plan that in there too. Giveaways is number 5. Do you have any giveaways planned? How do you plan a giveaway? So, first, you have to think about what types of things you would like to promote a free sample of or a free trial of, right? What are you comfortable with bundling? Are you comfortable with bundling this one book with a service that you have, or a coaching with a training, or something like that? How deep of a discount are you willing to give? Are you a 50% discount person, or are you an only 10% discount type person? Because there are certain people that want to get exposure for their brand, but they barely want to give any kind of discount. And I'm telling you, when you're first starting off, you're going to have to do some freebies, but it has to be purposeful. Freebies or experiences with your brand to really get the word out there. Okay. Number 6 is events. What events do you have going on? Are you going to be speaking somewhere? Or are you going to have a webinar down the line? Make sure that you're teasing that. It's so many different things that we have to make our customers aware of, because we get so busy. And I'm just telling on myself, Muhammad, sometimes I get so busy in planning stuff that I forget to tell people, hey, this is coming out later. I'm so busy writing the book, or I'm so busy planning the event that that's why I have to have people post for me, because it'll just get out of my mind. And I'm the marketer, but I'm also a business owner. So you just have to make sure that you are giving people fair warning. A lot of times people get upset that and this was my biggest thing. I used to get upset when people didn't show up to different events I used to do like 10 years ago, but I didn't give them fair warning. I wasn't reminding anyone. Think about it. You see the same commercials over and over again. That repetition is on purpose. You need to get repetitious with your promotions. Okay, 7 is product. Your products. Are you telling them all about your different types of products, or are you only highlighting one? Are you leaving one out? What products are you launching? Is there anything new coming out? That is something that you need to plan promotion around as well. As I'm talking about this, you can see how big of a department social media is, right? It's so much more than what people think. They think it's easy. And a lot of these people who are super successful on social media are really ambassadors of an agency. And they have an entire company that's devoted to social media, and you have no idea, and you're thinking, oh, this looks easy, I just need to post more. No, it's a lot more than that. Mohammed, what did you want to say?
Yeah, I agree. And this is literally just nine things. There is at least 10 billion more things in there. That
Right.
is from the outside, that's what everybody sees, that it's kind of easy. But if you really want results as a business owner, because you don't have that much time to,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have the 20 hours to figure it out on YouTube, or you don't have the whatever it is. So if you don't spend these strategic hours or strategic partnerships with consultants or things like
Mm-hmm.
that, figuring it out, it's not only about posting. It's a lot deeper than that. Definitely.
Yes, and so that's why I'm trying to give people tips now, because I think if people understood the complexities around social media, then they would actually focus more effort and stop thinking that they can just force themselves to do a post a week and that'll be enough. Like for some people, that is a lot, Muhammad. Like some people really dislike being on social media. And I totally get that, because that's not your area. You, as a business owner, you're good at your area. There are social media experts, it's their area to do that. That's a different department. Like I don't like accounting, but I have to do it because I'm a business owner, right? And until I get an accountant or an HR person to handle my finances, then I have to do it, right? So I totally get that this is not their area. But if you're not already considering getting someone to help you with social media, you need to. Otherwise, you're going to have to really step it up to kind of be present. Because if you realize how your competitors are really working this thing, you would realize that you're so behind. You wouldn't give yourself excuses. You would just get on the ball, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 8, are you open to ads? Are you open to ads? So the question you need to ask yourself is, are you open to paying for ads? Are you open to boosting your ads? Some people are just so scared, they don't know anything about it. Watch a YouTube video. If you don't want to have somebody do it for you, watch a few YouTube videos to get comfortable with it. Try boosting first, right? Boosting a post. And I always suggest that whenever someone doesn't know anything about Facebook ads, Instagram ads, try that first. But you need to explore that, because let's say, for instance, you were to hire Muhammad to do your social media, and he makes a great video and great copy for your ad, but then you don't want to spend any money boosting it. It's going to be limited. The success of it is going to be limited, and that's not his fault. It's because the reach is limited because you didn't want to spend money or a lot of money on the ads. And just to let you know, Facebook and Instagram, they really reward you for spending money with them on ads. They will feature you, and a lot of times this is your pathway to getting that, what is that check, that approval check. If you use your Facebook page, yeah, your business Facebook page, to run ads on it, you get that, what is it called, Mohammed?
It's just called the blue check, the blue
Yeah, it's
mark,
that
blue.
blue check that shows that you're like a person and that you're established, and all of that stuff. So um consider it. Number 9, finally, we're at number 9, and the last question is, how often are you wanting to post? Um, I suggest posting every day, especially when you're just starting off. Some people suggest even 3 times a day when you're just starting off. Instagram will stop you if you try to post 3 times a day if you're just starting off. So I would say at least once a day. Definitely do that. Now, next week, we're going to talk about, and I didn't tell Muhammad this, but I'm telling him now, we're going to talk about social media strategies for TikTok. And I know that he has some strategies around that. I don't know if he wants to share that, but he can talk a little bit about TikTok strategy. And I'm also going to have my daughter on because she's a TikTok influencer, and she gets paid by TikTok to make posts and from brands. And so I'm going to have her share some of her TikTok knowledge next week. And so make sure that you jump on that. Mohammed, did you have any closing words?
Mm, I think mostly for business owners, it's kind of like, would you spend money on a billboard for your company?
Mm.
I'm asking you, would you spend money on
Oh,
the billboard?
if I had the budget, I would. I would. I don't do a lot of outbound marketing, but if I was big enough, I would.
Mhm. Yeah, because that's how I see the ads. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like little billboards that you can put in your perfect customer's phone. They don't even
Wow.
have to go anywhere. It's literally in his phone, and then he
Yeah.
can see. Because social media, for I really want business owners to understand this because it took me forever to get my mom to understand this. It's free advertising. Literally, it's free. This
Yeah.
is the best gift for anybody that has a business. It's
Mm-hmm.
literally you can post on TikTok and 80,000 people will see that for free, right?
Yeah.
Um, Labeaud was saying that her daughter gets paid to post on TikTok. Imagine
Mm-hmm.
you as a business owner, so many people sees your things that not only they get eyeballs on you, they go click on your website, buy your product, and then there is so many of them that TikTok will even keep paying you so that you can still produce content. That's the opportunity that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, you really don't, but the opportunity is there, and I would suggest and advise to any business owner to take it seriously and then just go all in.
Yeah. You can't. Some of us have been in the game as entrepreneurs for like a decade or so, and they still have that old mindset. You cannot advance in today's world. Marketing technology is growing so fast that schools can't even keep up to teach people as quickly as it's advancing. But believe me, they know that it's important. And I'm trying to say that you can't keep that old mindset of, oh, all I need is a website. Oh, all I need is a building. I'll get a building, I'll get a website, and if I build it, they will come. No, it's not like that. Like, even the old, Muhammad is laughing, but I'm telling you that I was in business like 10 years ago, and things are completely different. If you keep thinking that you can just exist and put your whatever in the newspaper or get on Google and that's enough. No, you have to get on it. Like, there's too much noise going on and your competitors are making too much noise for you to feel comfortable. Don't get comfortable. All right. So with that
Before
said,
before
yeah,
before
yeah,
you
yeah.
finish, I wasn't actually laughing. I want to clarify that
Oh,
it was like a shot in my heart because I felt that so much because that's exactly how I used to think. If I build it, they'll come. If I build it, they'll come. But just
yeah.
like you were talking about promoting your stuff, right? I've learned the hard way that when I make a YouTube video, I need to give them, I'm trying to remember what you said, fair warning.
Fair warning.
Let them know that, hey, I'm dropping this video, go watch it. The video is dropped. This is the link. go watch it. So that's also important.
So important. Mohammed, is this going to YouTube or no? Is it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you have questions, comments, or you want to suggest us to talk about something, let us know. And we will see you next time, Wednesday. We're talking about TikTok. See you guys then. Bye. See you
See you
later.
guys. I want to give a quick shout out to everybody that was here. Junai and Mason, thank you guys for tuning in. And just like Labo was saying, next week we're doing TikTok strategy. Have a good one. Bye bye.